D, wait for it, light bulb.
You got the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So, I just recently did my season 1 review of Picard, and I didn't, like I said in that video, I had written out my notes, and they were just so long, and I didn't want it to be an hour-long kind of video, so I decided to split them up into 3 different videos, and this being the second one of those videos. But before I get started on that, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you like independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube recently, like a couple months ago, did a old account and a bot purge/cleanse, and there was some collateral damage. So just please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing my videos, and I thank you in advance. So as I was saying, so for this video, I just want to go over the stuff in season 1 of Picard that was not explained, and there was no ending or answer to any of it. And I really feel like in season 2, they need to answer these questions, because they're always going to be in my mind, and I hope they're always in your mind. When we love something, we should always question it. We should always want more, and we should always demand excellence from our TV shows, our books, everything. So for this one, I'm just going to go over all of the things that I can remember off the top of my head, and I wrote down in my notes of the things that they did not explain in season 1. And the first one I want to talk about is Bruce Maddox. Why did they need to find Bruce Maddox, and why did they kill Bruce Maddox? So the first question is, why did they have to find Bruce Maddox? If it's the whole time they're like, we need to find Bruce Maddox and everything, but yet, why? He's not going to lead you anywhere. I mean, even if he did lead you to the other synths, I mean, why do you need to find him for that? I mean, did you need to find him so he could tell you where Soji is? Because I don't think he knew where Soji was. And even if he did, I mean, why do you need him for that? It's so weird, because after they killed him, which I go, why did you need to kill him? Girardi killed him because of what she saw in the admonition, who knows what it was called. She kills him because she's like, what I've seen, and everything, and you're all like, okay, you saw it. Killing Bruce Maddox isn't going to stop it. And it's proven at the last episode, you killed Bruce Maddox, and guess what almost still happened? Those droids still almost came through and killed off organic life. So I just go, why did you need to kill him? Makes no sense. But they needed to find him, to find the synths, to find Soji. They found him. Okay, cool. Now he's going to help you out. No, because they killed him, and they still found the synths and Soji. They still found him. They didn't need him. So why look for him? Why find him if you don't need him? It's so stupid, and they didn't explain any of that. They didn't explain any of that. Speaking of Maddox, why was Girardi forgiven for killing Maddox? She kills him cold-blooded. She stops the thingy, the little, I can't remember what it's called. He dies. She killed him. And at first, they're all like, you're going to jail. We're going to go to DS-12. You're going to answer for your crimes. And she was like, you're right. I have to answer for my crimes. Then she's all like, so I'm forgiven for Bruce Maddox later on. And then at the end of the season, she's still on the ship. And they're all happy galore. They're all fine with her killing a man in cold blood. And they don't care. They literally do not care. They're fine with it. And that is so wrong in so many ways, and I don't understand why they wouldn't correct that ASAP. So then the next one I want to talk about, and this one right here, I liked the thought of, I liked the thought process and some of the ideas that they had in this season. For instance, this one. What were they doing on the Borg cube? I loved the fact that they had found this Borg cube in space, and it had been cut off from the collective, and they didn't know why. But they were going in, they were saving Borgs that had people that had been transformed into Borgs and assimilated, and they were trying to get them back into society and trying to bring them back as living beings. And I loved that idea. I loved it. I loved that idea, and it made sense why Hugh would be there, and even kind of why 7 of 9 was in the episode. But it would make sense why Picard was. It would have been made more sense if Picard went to the Borg cube on his own volition, like because they're like, hey, you were an ex-Borg too, and you're back to normal, kind of. Why don't you come and help us out? Check some stuff out. I don't see why they didn't do that, and I really wish they had. But I loved this idea in the show, and they just drop it. They just drop it, and they don't go back to it. They don't explain what they were doing on the Borg cube. Were they just trying to get them into? They were just trying to save the people on the Borg cube. Were they selling parts like those one people did? What were they doing with the Borg? It's all a big hodgepodge of nothing, and they don't explain anything. And I really wish they would have, because it was such a good idea that was just left on the cutting room floor. Like what the explanation of it. Also, speaking of the Borg cube, I want to know what happened to all the other scientists after the Romulans left the Borg cube and after it crashed. So you had all these other alien races on there, humans, you saw some Andorians, I believe, and some other races or whatever, and they're all doing scientific work on the Borg cube. Then the Romulans leave to go destroy the synths on planet Synth, I don't remember what it was called, and I just go, what happened to all those people? You didn't see them leave. Are they still on the ship? What were they doing while the Romulans were hunting down, Elnor and everything? What was going on with them? They didn't explain any of that, but they're all there. Like, what happened to that black woman that Soji was talking to that one episode, telling her about how you don't want your light to go red? There's no explanation. And how did they survive that crash, the Borg cube crash? Why was the Borg cube more tore up when it landed? It's like I said, so many unanswered questions, and I don't understand it. So the next one I want to talk about is I want to talk about the Admiration and everything. The planet that was put in, it was put in between 8 suns. I enjoyed this concept also. I enjoyed that there was a planet that they pulled that this alien race pulled 8 suns to circle this one planet. And they put a little beacon on there to tell the people mission. I don't understand why everybody wouldn't go to that planet and find out that information and everything. I don't understand why that information would destroy your mind either. But I loved this thought, and it just went nowhere. It went nowhere. It was like, you go there, these women go there, only women, because men are bad. Men are bad in this show. If you're a man, a white man, you're bad, which I would be considered the devil in this show. But they don't explain it. They don't explain it. It's just so crazy, and I don't understand why they wouldn't, and why they wouldn't share all this information with the rest of the galaxy. If synths are bad, and you want everybody to not make sense, why wouldn't you show them this? Why wouldn't you show them this? I don't understand it, and they don't know how to explain it. So the next one I want to talk about, something that wasn't explained. So Dash goes to Earth, Soji goes to the Borg cube. In the episode, I believe it was episode 8 or 9, whichever one where I believe it was episode 9. Data's, but the real life Data. I can't remember, Dr. Soji, it's not Dr. Soji. Dr. Song's son, Alan, or whatever his name is. Anyways, Brent Spinner, the guy that plays Data, his character, but he's like a live version or whatever. He asks Soji, did you accomplish your mission? And I go, what was Soji's mission? Like, what was the mission for Soji? What was the mission for Dash? What was their missions? We didn't get any of that. One line and I go, okay, was Soji's job to go to the Borg cube? For what? To figure out what planet she came from? That's weird. That's ridiculous. Was it how to build the satellite? You didn't need that, because we have Dr. Girardi brought the ammunition amputation to the planet, to the synth planet. So was it her mission to bring somebody that saw the ammunition? I mean, it's so, see how this doesn't make sense? It's bad writing at its best. It's bad writing. So what was their mission is my answer. So my next thing that they did, what was that magic machine that fixed everything? What the was that? Jesus Christ. That was literally a magic lamp that you just, my whole thing is, what would what, and they don't explain everything. This was their explanation for it. It fixes things. What? But it doesn't just fix things. It makes whatever you want. Girardi was all like, what if it created holograms that had a signal from it, a warp signature from it. And boom, there it was. And a bunch of her faces. It was a Snapchat filter. And I just go, what is going on here? We have entered into the realm of nonsense. The realm of nonsense. It's so crazy and so stupid. I don't understand it. Another thing that they didn't explain is, how did Sutra mind meld? She is a synth. What is going on here? What is a synth also? They didn't explain what a synth was. Because if she's a human brain in an electronic body, but that doesn't make any sense. Because Soji would be the same thing. Was she a human brain? Was she a mechanical brain inside a human body? Then how did Soji punch through? It doesn't. How did Sutra, a synth, mind meld? How does a robot mind meld? How does that happen? Yeah, they didn't explain it. And so the last one that I want to do, that I want to talk about, that they didn't explain, was what happened to Narek at the end of the season. He helped him distract the synths, and then they destroyed that satellite, and then we never see Narek again. We do not see him again. What happened to Narek? Did he die? Did he run off with Soji in the end? Was he on the ship just in a lower level? What is going on? I don't understand how you can't explain this stuff. So those are the things that I wrote down, because those are the only things I could think of off the top of my head as to what they just didn't explain it, and I really wish they would have. Was there anything I missed? Can you explain any of these things? If you can, leave it in that comment section down below. I am not trying to take away from your enjoyment of this show. I'm just saying I didn't enjoy it, and I have way more questions than I got answers. But like I said, you can leave all your comments in that section down below. I welcome them freely and gladly welcome them. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next Star Trek video. You guys have a good day. Bye.